question is, in one of the master's lecture, he said when a sperm meets an ovum, then at that point, there is a spark in the ether, and then millions of souls rush to enter the physical world at that point, and you are the one who won that race. I'm not able to understand what Master is trying to convey and want us to realize. And why such a race when the life and death is based on cause and effect, that is past life karmas.
Okay. It's a little complex question to understand. And at the outset, I would like to say that the master explains from his level of consciousness, and we understand from our level of consciousness. So that is true everywhere, that the teacher teaches from his or her level of consciousness, and the person who hears the answer may understand it from his or her level of consciousness. So that gap may always be there. So accepting that gap of understanding, I would like to just explain the answer to this, and I would like to make it easy as to bring it to human terms first. So it is my simple question to all of us that if I am the owner of a business, if I am running a company, a CEO, would I not like to conduct interviews and select those people who are good at the job, or would I just take anybody? So, of course, we know the answer. We would like to conduct the interviews and select the person appropriate for the job. Secondly, another example is this: if I am conducting, let's say, a national level in competitive exams, for example, the NEET exam or the IIT, if I want to select medical professionals, if I want to select students for engineering, then would I not conduct an exam, and would not so many people attempt to pass it? Then of course, so why the person who is conducting the exam, or the purpose of the government here, is to select people who are ready, who are skillful, who are hardworking, so that they are able to join a course which has its own challenges, and only to select those people who are really capable. So that is the government's point of view. The individual's point of view is the individual has certain desires, and only a person who desires and has developed the no strong karma to be able to pass this examination. And developing the strong karma means he has really worked hard, he is very sincere, he is very logical, very pragmatic, he is smart, he is means able to crack the exam. So all of that comes on the individual side, and he has the intense desire to pass the exam, and only then he will appear. So for example, in a medical exam, a finance person who has nothing, no interest in that, will never appear in that exam. So his desire and his karma is different, and therefore he is not even attracted to a national level difficult exam like a medical exam. Similarly, a medical person who's preparing for such an exam is never even tempted to look at the exam the bankers or the financial people are giving. So here two sides are happening together. So one is now on a cosmic level. Now nature has created this world, and it has to make sure that it runs successfully. And then, of course, the rule of survival of the fittest comes in. So nature is giving that option to itself and to creatures to put in their best, and then according to their karma and destiny, be selected for something for which they are ready. So the nature's work is to create this competition so that its function is optimum or better than optimum. On the other side, the individuals, now let's ask this question: why are so many souls wanting to come on earth? It's because souls have unceasing desires. All of us have developed so many desires. Now if after having collected so many desires, if the body falls away and you go into the astral world, now those desires have to be fulfilled. Therefore, those souls want to come back to earth. But then there is a qualification. There is a qualifying round. It's like an examination. And similarly, if, for example, there is a saintly soul who is in the astral world and who has left with very few desires on earth, and then eventually it will be free. Now, think of a couple who is from a criminal background, and if they are, having communion, then would this soul who is a saintly soul in the astral world, would he or she be even attracted to that? No, But all those souls whose karma and whose desires will be fulfilled by being born in such a family will compete for that, because it is nature's way to have developed that competition so that this system or this cosmic machinery works to its finest, best optimum. So thereby, all those souls who want to complete their karma and whose desires are in sync with the couple who is communing and who is wanting to have a child, all of them will try, and sooner they will try to come to be born on earth so that their desires are fulfilled, so that the karma is worked out. So therefore, it is, if master says such a thing, it does not appear to be strange, because we as humans do the same thing at an earthly level. We gather so many people and we conduct an exam and we say, okay, only we will select only the finest. So similarly, the cosmic nature is also doing this at a larger scale. So that's all the explanation that I can come up with. And of course, maybe we develop more intuitive understanding of this if we meditate deeper and we commune with master. So that's it for this question. Any other question, Captain Joy?
Yeah, we have two questions. The next question is, Swamiji had said that he changed habits can be changed in a day. How to change bad habits like anger, media consumption, and laziness?
Okay, so how can habits be changed in a day? That is the question. It can be any bad habit. So it is said, what Master said, Master at least gave some grace. He said 21 days, if you repeat something, it will can create a groove in your mind. Now, a habit can change even in a moment, but in that moment, you have to gather the energy and attention, which is greater than the combined energy and attention that went into all the times that you repeated that habit. So you understand, if you take it as a mathematical chart or a bar graph. So let us say if this is a graph and there is one bar which says by repeating of a particular activity, this particular bar has come to this level. Now your energy in that one instant of meditation or one affirmation should be so strong that you can take it higher than the combined energy of all the habit. If you are able to do this in one moment, you will be able to kill the bad habit right now, right here. But the problem is we are not able to gather so much energy and attention in one moment because we are not prepared enough. And that is why it is seen as difficult to conquer habits in one moment. It is not impossible, it is difficult. And that's what Master said, that even in one meditation, you can work out all the karma of one previous lifetime. Even in one meditation with one good affirmation, you can overrun an old habit. But the easier thing for most of us is give it some time. Repeat good habits over and over again so that they gain hold. And then automatically the energy going into the bad habit will go. And Master said, if you repeat a good habit 21 days, you will be able to establish it. But then you have to do it with all your energy, with all your willingness, with all your attention, and you can override it. It's a very simple thing. Think of a mountain and think of a stream that is falling down from a mountain. Now, if you want the water to not go in the already existing stream, what do you have to do? You have to create another pathway for the water. And that pathway must be deeper than the groove previously and steeper so that gravity aids. So once you create another groove and a pathway for the water to flow, only then the water which was using the previous stream earlier, it will move away and go into your new groove. And that is what we do when we create new habits. Automatically, the same energy and power, the water that was going in that one way, will start to go another way if you have created a pathway. So our job is to create a new circuit in the brain, a new pathway which is on the good side, which will take us to freedom. This can be done in one sitting, it can be done in 21 days, it can take longer. That depends on how much investment of energy, attention, willpower we are able to do at one time. Okay. Any other question?
And last question for the day. As per the verse 33, wise people even are working as per their self individual nature, and controlling senses is of no use. Does it mean one will not be able to shift apart from his self nature to change karma, even if control of senses, desires is practiced, or something else in addition is required?
Okay, so the first thing you said that it is of no use, and one of the words in your question was it is of no use trying to restrain. So that is not what the verse says. The verse says that mere suppression is not helpful. It does not change that you should not change. It is not saying that you should not change and you cannot change. You can change. If you, so even when a soul becomes self-realized, but it continues to have its prakriti or its certain tendencies of its body and mind which are still there, but of course that does not mean his vices are still going to be there. It means that he will still continue to do his daily activities with a certain set of characteristics. So simple example, if a person is born in a Bengali family or a Punjabi family, and both of them become self-realized, but still after self-realization the sky will remain the same for them, the state of the soul will remain same for them, but they will have little idiosyncrasies in their nature because of the conditioning of the birth, and that those idiosyncrasies are not binding upon them. It is just a part of nature and that can easily be given up and fallen away. So it is wrong to say that you cannot change it and you should not change it. Point is, the fact that you have reached self-realization means you would have already worked on these things. As we evolve to in degrees and phases, as we move towards complete freedom of the soul, automatically we are trying to restrain our vices and developing our virtues. We will have to do the purusharth, the right karma to do so. And only then can we evolve. So it's don't think that this that is why I'm saying the what Krishna says in the Gita and what we understand from it may be at completely different levels, and also all of us have certain attitudes and tendencies that we may see to it, you know, from our point of view. Like most people in the world who have no idea what the Gita says say that the Gita wants tells us that, you know, we should fight, which is not the case. It is the inner battle. Nobody who really knows the Gita says that the Gita is promoting war. It is not. But it is because we like to understand it that way and we want to see it that way. Therefore, we gather as much information. So, therefore, we must be very clear on what the scripture is trying to say us. It's saying that even the wise have certain things in their nature because of conditioned existence that continue. And you cannot just put a lid on it and say, okay, this does not exist. It exists. But ask yourself, are those habit tendencies or inclinations, are they binding on your soul? Are you getting attached to them? Are you developing likings and dislikings for them? Or you can just give them up in a moment's, you know, drop of a kerchief. So ask yourself how attached you are to those tendencies. If you are not attached to the simple prakriti that of the body that you have developed, it is harmless. But if it is something which causes your emotional investment and your reaction and your likes and dislikes, then you need to transcend it. And suppression won't work. Work with it slowly over a period of time. Do your karma yoga practice, do your bhakti yoga practices, do your meditations. It will transmute. So you have to be firm and gentle with yourself at the same time. Know the truth that suppression will not work, but know the truth that you have to transmute all the vices into virtue. There is no shortcut. And if you want to go towards self-realization, all of this will automatically happen when you are practicing your meditative techniques and the Guru's grace is there. Because once you're doing your Kriya Yoga practice, you do not have to beat yourself, or you do not have to literally pick up the vices one by one and kill them, because you have diverted the energy towards goodness. You have diverted the energy from the lower chakras to the upper chakras, and automatically these will fall away. So on the one hand, you do your best to remove your vices and go to your virtues. On the other hand, you are meditating and raising your energy. So automatically this process will be helped. And of course, the grace of God and Gurus is there. But just by hiding it, putting it in the carpet will not do. See all the difficulties and challenges you have. The fact that you are able to still acknowledge that you have some shortcomings simply means we are not self-realized as of now. If we are self-realized, automatically we know that these little things are part of my nature. They will fall away when the body will fall away, and I am a free soul. If you can say to yourself, I am a free soul right now, right here, then all these little things don't matter at all. But if you can tell yourself that, if you feel that I am bound and have this karma and have this, I am in trouble, then we need to do all that is given in the Gita, all that the Guru says, and we need to put in self-effort to improve ourselves, to perfect ourselves. So I think that would be it for this question. Anything else, Captain Joy?
Uh, Dr. Radhika ji, thank you so much for your lovely sharing and beautiful answers. That's all for today.
Thank you so much. God bless us all. And we will continue with our journey. Next Thursday, we will complete chapter 3. So stay tuned and God bless us all. Jai Guru.